What do you think about this picture here? I dare not show it again.
It's a hard thing to kind of go at. No, I don't even look at it. If you want to give him the benefit of the doubt that he did a major fuck up, a major oopsie, yeah, I guess you can kind of go to that point there too. But it relays a whole bunch of other questions that you would want to ask. Okay, so the picture that you got, you had to search for it. Well, what are the other things that came up around that search? So you're stating that this one that you picked, that you found, was a meme, and the other ones around had no other context that would make you kind of think that this was creepy, childlike, blah, 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 right? That's pretty much all I want to say to that. I noticed former KoP, exceptional detectives in there, and I'm pretty sure he would like a specific kind of breakdown of how this kind of thing came up. So a few months back, Suit just had his regular community, stuff like that. He was dating a girl known as Hypa. So what had happened during their relationship is it was kind of slowly falling apart as they were finding out they were in a little bit more, they weren't as compatible as they could have been in everything, right? Wasn't a non-serious relationship. They did have serious plans, thoughts, and ideas, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so basically what it comes down to is during the era where it started to break down, there was a lot of distrust that was going on. Suit's a paranoid guy, and their relationship was basically done. She was already halfway out the door anyway. 8 hours before he broke up with her, he had actually sent her a document that contained his full legal name, first, middle, and last, which is kind of odd because it's a school document. Why would you have your middle name on there? 10 hours before that, he had actually done a stream where he accidentally released his full email address to that Queen of Spade person. It was totally visible, and it had 2 of those names from his full legal name. So in a span of 20 hours, he had released his name twice, right? So that's kind of odd. Then he breaks up with Hype, has a bit of a falling out. In that same night, he then states to the people in his chat, in his general, that he just wants to keep taking his pain meds until his pain is down to 0. They start all freaking out and everything. He's saying, no, Google said I'm fine, blah, 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 right? Then everyone's posting the maximum daily dosage for that pill and thinking he's trying to kill himself and everything. He was in no danger, yet he didn't correct them on that either, too. So he was kind of just doing the whole woe is me thing. In that time, there was a person that was involved around the relationship that went by the name of Retro Reviews, or Lexi, and this person had been flirting with Suit for apparently quite a while. Not to mention Suit, but other men in that Discord had access to female groups and blah, 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 blah. So anyway, they started dating hot and heavy really quick. It's rebound relationship. He had been in his server constantly poking at her with sexual innuendo, and of course that picture came up. But we didn't know about the picture until just recently. So Suit is continuing to go through his Discord and show proofs of why Hypa was a mean person or not a good person to have in there, basically poisoning the well. She wasn't allowed to really go to any other areas or anything that kind of connected with Suit people, because there was people following her, giving him updates, typing in anything that she had typed in any kind of chat, whether she had changed her name or not. She ended up in a group that was with Ear Juice in the Hejas crew, being an audience member and then a patron. Suit then reached out to EJ to say, hey, what have you been talking to Hypa about? What's she been telling you? EJ's just like, I don't know what you're really talking about. He did try to do some part in there and try to tell Suit to relax and just, it's a breakup. You shouldn't say things like that about a person, blah, blah, blah. Let it go, da-da-da-da. So after he gets doxxed, he then blames Hypa right off the bat, states she's the only person that could have had access to that file. But I believe that's because he set that up. He knew that she would have that, and he had already set all his evidence up for that whole situation so that he could blame her, because he didn't want her to state anything that they actually talked about, what was real and private regarding their relationship. That was the whole thing. He didn't want anyone to believe her. So he's the ex that tries to go out and tell everyone how bad the other is, so that if they do say anything about him, they kind of take it with a grain of salt and they can't really fully believe it. Because, hey, what could she possibly say that would make people go, yeah, that's pretty fucked up. Why would, that's a weird thing for a guy to do. However, she wasn't doing that at all. He basically created this whole scenario himself, and every event and thing that he's done to it has actually brought him to this point by his own doing. Like, it's been a self-destruction. I don't want to call it beautiful because it's fucking pathetic, to be honest. He keeps dragging in anyone that has anything to do with the other people. Now he's he's in a situation where he's trying to dismiss everyone. Oh, they're just trolls. They're being da-da-da. Yeah, okay. There's people that are definitely trolling in here, and they're usually basically just working off the same methods that he did for any of his investigations and video series that he did on people for the past year and a half at least, because all he seems to want to do is drama, bring up shitty things about people, and it's okay if he does it to them, but not when they do it to him in the exact same fashion. So he's sticking his head in the sand, trying to hide from all this shit.
Right. And that's kind of the double-edged sword of this kind of side of the internet. When you start making content on this side, you're always going to eventually get involved or wrapped up in some shit you don't want to be wrapped up in. Hindsight, he's probably regretting a lot of stuff now. It's just why he's probably not saying a bunch of stuff now.
Fine, let him stay silent. It's a tacit confession and a tacit admission to all the things.
I want to add one thing. This guy has made just on Queen 60 videos. Some of them are 10 hours long. Just on MD,
that's weird though.
He made 40 videos. Some of them are like 17 hours long. This guy has just trashed the fuck out of people.
Yeah, but
so
that's some of those. That's like weaponizing your channel in a sense, because I don't know who that Queen is. I don't know what's funny about her. It's not like she's a public figure, like or an e-celeb like Ethan Ralph or Cog or
60 videos though.
I mean, it's pretty bad. When you poke somebody like that online and stuff, they're just gonna go 0 to 60 and respond with even more fire and fury. If you keep doing it, they're gonna fuck with your real life. It's not gonna be funny anymore. It's just gonna turn into like a shitstorm that everyone else is just gonna watch a dumpster fire. And of course, we'll enjoy it as a side guest, but the people involved in it won't. It'll just be fucking miserable. And then you lead to here where now you have Suit out here posting fucking pictures of him fucking bubbles. Like it gets into weird territories. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but
it's
remember, the bubbles
good,
is actually back in January, right? So like he continued all of his whole simp juice series and everything. Like he wanted to bring other people to be in. Like you can't just go to people and demand them to apologize and admit to a ton of things when you won't allow them to have any kind of defense. And it's even more suspect when you are the arbiter of all the evidence and you've already presented the whole entire case, right? It's just like, no, it doesn't work that way, because anyone who wanted to question the evidence that he had and poke the holes in it so that they could say that, yes, okay, your evidence is rock solid. It made it past scrutiny of all of these things. But if he didn't want to listen to that, then he just starts blocking everybody. Like, I don't understand why he didn't think that would just make people look a little bit more, a little bit deeper, look back into their chat logs and everything and start piecing all the stuff together that really didn't make sense with all these patterns. It really doesn't
explain the whole, like, hey, baby, this is what I want to do with you, and posting him fucking a kid. I don't know, like lolly shit with the bubbles and My Little Pony. That's kind of weird, don't you think?
Well, the only thing he has to claim on that is ignorance. That's all he's got to claim for it. But the irony is just weird. How ignorant can you be of a picture like that? She's an underdeveloped girl. So you're trying to say that this is you want that person that you're talking to represented themselves as this character, so you decided to find that character being penetrated. Okay, well, the drawing and the very realistic, well, not realistic, but cartoon realistic drawing of that still shows that it's a child, dude. They have a little My Little Pony thing. Oh yeah, that's right. That's because Lexi loves My Little Pony too. And the fact that he's constantly going on, oh, this is my perfect woman. Oh, Lexi. Kind
of weird, right?
Like, yeah, no doubt. It's kind of weird that your perfect woman was into a creepy thing like that. I don't know what Robert specifically said about that picture, if Robert was one of the persons that was actually saying, yeah, that is totally inappropriate or anything. But hey, red flags, and there's some questions there. So him trying to state that I've already gone over it, I don't want to talk about it, or I shouldn't have to, they're just going to twist my words. It's just like, well, too fucking bad. You're in a situation where it doesn't matter what we hear or what we think about it. We have our certain minds and opinions made up. It's about the people that you have left around you that are still defending you on that, to state that, yeah, you know what, there's more information to this whole series and saga that keeps coming up. New information that you haven't addressed, new information that actually kind of contradicts something you said, new context that makes it look like that you set things up. So to state that I don't have to deal with it and I don't have to say anything about it is fucking a crock of shit. What he needs to do is he needs to have an open dialogue with some of these people behind these scenes, make some fucking apologies, get on his fucking knees and saying, yeah, I need to get rid of that video series. I need to clarify that, hey, I have reason to believe you are the person to dox me. I can't say I can prove it because there are holes in it, and I can leave it at that. And then, you know what? Let's just all walk away from this and forget that any of this happened. Well, guess what? We'll say, you know what? That's a start. We won't forget. We won't forget it all, but you better damn well delete all your stuff, because every time you say you delete your stuff, you keep it up on your other social media channels, your whole Queen series. Oh, I deleted all that. No, it's on your BitChute. Oh, the whole heavy down bells. Oh, I deleted it. No, there's still fucking stuff on BitChute.
You're referring to Queen or Suit?
All the people involved in there. It's just he needs to just back the fuck off with this whole thing and reevaluate everything and actually listen to the people that have been trying to help him from the beginning. Because I was trying to help him. I don't need to fucking help him anymore. He's gone way too past that situation where I feel that there's any kind of need for me to show any bit of lenience. Well, I don't want to say leniency. What's the word I'm looking for? Sympathy. I just don't have any sympathy for it. He's walked into this. I warned him about this. Right, and it's not because I was going to do anything. It's because this is where I saw this going down to.
Okay. Right. Well, I mean, from everything I've heard, I would say at this point, I think he should just delete his channel and contemplate why he made the channel in the first place, and if it was fun. You know, I stopped making videos like years ago because I didn't enjoy it anymore, and it was causing me a lot of problems. And I just decided to say, you know what, it isn't fun anymore. And I don't know if he has a career making money in this. I don't think he does with only 25,000 subscribers. But maybe he should just reevaluate what his channel used to be about and what content he wants to make, if he wants to have fun and if it's fun. And then, you know, I guess, delete his channel and start fresh where people aren't going to fucking recognize him or fuck with him as much.
This thing is still getting further and further out of hand. And if he would just be a fucking man about it and stop trying to look for people to defend him, and actually go, hey, I need to talk to the people that are making certain accusations about me or have the questions that I refuse to answer so we can finally actually get down to this. And yeah, he's going to have to eat a lot of fucking crow, and he knows it, and that's why he won't do it, because he's a bitch.
What do you mean it's a shame you can't do more to me in real life? What, like kill me? Actually come here and rape me, Sue? You know, you're really mad that I fought off the assailant in the elevator and didn't get raped. I guess now we know why. What is happening with the others is working. Whole new meaning to red cars. Indeed, the Cord cult is an excellent ruse to destroy the Queen of Spades and end her hateful war on MLMs. Soon she will have no choice but to submit to our every demand, as women should. Yes, I have not submit to suit. I do not submit to RSN. I do not submit to Negs. And I do not submit to Shaggy. How dare a woman be on the internet? How dare a woman? I can only do that for so long. How dare a woman? How dare a woman be on the internet and have a channel without men running her? How dare she? How dare she? She has a husband who's a mod of her channel, by the way. But we need to run this, woman. Remember, they're also all angry that they couldn't get my husband to leave or me to leave my husband. Like, this whole thing is a mess, okay? And this is what YouTube supports. You see this shit? So you guys have an in real life stalker on me. You're shamed that he can't go further. And this is what you support, Hypa. You support creeps following me to and from school with my kids. And Raina, Valkyrie, you have a kid, but I guess since you and Heather homeschool, it's just absolutely fine, right? Hey? This is what you support? I don't understand how you can support this behavior. You're going to support this.